Shock, as the staff shaking quit of Montecito disclosed the shocking photos of Harry and Meghan no longer living together. The royal experts believe that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have started steering in opposite directions, as this insight has been brought to light by a source close to the Heat magazine. They had started off by addressing Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's frosty UK welcome for Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral, and had admitted that they were in total shock about what occurred. While addressing the whole incident, the insider admitted the frosty reaction that he received from William and other members of the family had really alarmed Harry. He was embarrassed and had felt that no one wanted to see with him, as it made him want to get away from the spotlight and focus on his charity work. He's worried all the endless TV interviews are starting to look a bit tacky, and it feels like he's drifting away from the reasons that he and Meghan had stepped down from the royal family in the first place. As of now, they are really at odds over this, as the expert went on to note. Meghan feels like they are only getting started with their showbiz work. She's already preparing for their next big TV show and wants to collaborate with Oprah's network to give people a look at a more glamorous aspect of their lives. She's even considering going down the reality TV route. Anxious royal staff had reported feeling sick before working with the Sussexes, as the author of the new royal book has claimed on Good Morning Britain today. Staff was said to be racked by nerves, and some have even left shaking ahead of the meetings with Meghan Markle, according to Valentine Lowe. As the Times royal correspondent and author of the new bombshell royal book, Courtiers, The Hidden Power Behind the Crown, had made the claims as he spoke with Good Morning Britain host Susanna Reid. He was speaking about his new book, in which he has claimed that a paranoid Prince Harry would carry out a loyalty test on the palace staff to check if they were still fighting for him. The journalist today had told ITV Morning Show how the palace staff, who had worked with the Sussexes during their times as the frontline royals, had formed a group called the Sussex Survivors Club. Asked by the Good Morning Britain host, Susanna, whether the staff has created the group, he replied, "Absolutely yes." As Susanna replied, "What did they survive?" To which he said, "I think it was a very difficult experience for some of them. As I revealed last year, there were allegations that Meghan had bullied the staff, and people talked to me of people being completely destroyed. I have heard people at the time, faced with a possible encounter with Meghan, were saying things like I feel sick or I'm shaking. Extraordinary things for an employee to say about the prospect of seeing their employer in half an hour." Lowe went to say that there was a way that the courtiers were in some way responsible for the couple's acrimonious Brexit split from frontline royal duties in January 2020. He had said, "There is a way in which the courtiers are to blame, so the people around them were doing their best, as these were people who believed in Harry and Meghan, and they wanted to help. But there were signs early on, in the first year or so of their marriage, as there were signs of how unhappy Harry and Meghan were. And no one really did anything about it, and no one picked it up, as no one flagged it up, and there were no big discussions with the most senior courtiers in the institution." However, he concluded that he did not think it would have made any difference. He added, "What Harry and Meghan wanted and what the royal family, what the Queen had felt able to give, I don't think they were ever in a meeting point." As the journalist also spoke to Good Morning Britain about claims that Prince Harry had conducted the loyalty test on his staff. Lowe had said this was brewing for a long time before Meghan, as Harry had this obsession with the media, and he was very, very unhappy. In other news, Prince Harry, who had revealed the title of his explosive book via his new website on Wednesday, has come under fire for naming his memoir Spare. The title of the book has sparked reaction from the royal commentators. Angela Levin, royal biographer, suggested that the title is resentful, and Harry is trying to get his own back for the cruel jibe separating him from his brother and future monarch William. She had said, "Spare, the title of Harry's book, is depredably sad, and that he yet still thinks of himself. After all the therapy, a wife he worships, and freedom he had longed for, he is still full of resentment and out to get his own back. You can see it in his eyes on the cover. Journalist Meghan McCain had wrote, "I am not plunged into this, as Brits are clearly, but the title seems like a stroll. Is this your take?" As another journalist, Rupert Myers, commented, "Is this the real cover and title? Good grief." The book is supposed to be about the journey and the love of healing, but the title speaks about the bitterness and jealousy Verdad had penned.